From the very beginning of her married life, Marina's relationship with her mother-in-law never worked out. Even before the wedding, when she was only dating her future husband Andre, his mother, Mrs. Elżbieta, made it clear that she was deeply dissatisfied with her son's choice. Marina did not have a prestigious education, came from a simple family, did not possess model-like looks, and did not belong to the right social circle that Elżbieta had been imagining for her only son for years. Although Andre himself was neither a strikingly handsome man nor a successful career builder, he graduated from university mostly due to his mother's insistence and never worked a single day in his field. In Elżbieta's eyes, he remained almost a prince. She had raised him alone, without a husband, and was therefore convinced that her son deserved the very best, ideally a woman with pedigree, connections, and the appearance of a magazine cover model. After the wedding, the young couple settled into a rented apartment in a suburb of Krakow. Elżbieta began visiting them almost every week. These visits turned into real inspections. The furniture was arranged incorrectly, the meals were cooked the wrong way, there was too much dust on the shelves, and the towels were hanging improperly. Marina tried to leave during these visits, to see a friend, go shopping, or simply take a walk. She avoided open conflict because her mother-in-law was a domineering, sharp-tongued woman who knew how to suppress others with a single look. When Marina and Andre's son, Luca, was born, things became even more difficult. The baby was small, with a strict routine, constant whims, and sleepless nights. It was not always possible to keep the apartment perfectly tidy, and Elżbieta seized every opportunity to criticize. An unwashed cup, toys on the floor, a wrinkle on the bedspread. Everything became a reason for sarcastic remarks. Marina either remained silent or awkwardly made excuses, feeling small and helpless. Her mother-in-law reminded her of a cold, strict woman from old children's cartoons, the kind everyone tiptoes around. At that time, the family lived in Poland, but every summer they traveled to Croatia, to a small seaside town near Split, where Marina's Aunt Anna lived. Anna was single and had no children, and she treated Marina with special warmth. In fact, she became the closest person in Marina's life. Marina had been forced to grow up early. After her parents' divorce, her mother devoted more attention to her new family and younger child, while Marina had been living independently since the age of 18. Anna understood this, supported her, and was always there for her. At one point, Anna held a good position and received a spacious apartment located 15 minutes' walk from the sea. Long before her death, she made a will leaving the apartment to Marina. 2 years ago, Anna passed away, and for Marina it was a devastating blow, as if she had lost her last support. Gradually, the family began considering moving closer to the sea to start a new life and finally stop drifting between rented apartments. This news caused an outburst from Elżbieta. She accused Marina of taking her son away, spoke of betrayal, hurled curses, and insisted that Andre was obligated to stay close to his mother. Andre explained that he was tired of temporary housing and wanted stability for his family and child. Elżbieta suggested selling the seaside apartment and buying a home near her in her town. Marina immediately made it clear that she would never agree to this. For her, that apartment was not just real estate, but a memory and a dream. A year ago, Elżbieta came to visit them in Croatia, but the visit turned into a true ordeal. She barely left the house, never went to the sea, and instead constantly criticized everything around her. Even her grandson irritated her. She called him spoiled and ill-mannered, although the boy was clearly afraid of his strict grandmother. After her departure, peace finally returned to the house. But soon Elżbieta made herself known again. She began complaining about her health, talking about visits to doctors and alleged serious lung problems, generously using medical terminology and insisting that she urgently needed a maritime climate, not temporarily, but for permanent living. Gradually, all conversations led to one conclusion: she wanted to move in with them. She could not afford separate housing. Her one-room apartment in a small town was worth very little. Andre began searching for compromises, discussing a mortgage option in which the money from selling her apartment would go toward a down payment, while the remaining payments would fall on him. The apartment was supposedly meant to go to their son in the future. Marina was in despair. She could not imagine living under the same roof with her mother-in-law and understood that she would not survive it emotionally. She honestly told her husband. The decision was his. It was his mother. But there was no place for Elżbieta in their home. Either they lived as their own family, or he went back to live with his mother. Andrzej was torn between pity and understanding, but he knew perfectly well that living together with his mother would destroy their marriage. The story reached a dead end, and for the first time in her life, Marina firmly decided that she would no longer allow herself to be manipulated, not by fear, not by guilt, and not by someone else's illness.